Hi there, I'm Nicole Bendeley, and welcome to Game Changing Practice number 2, Creating a Healthy Climate. Now, a healthy climate is the foundation of a high-performance team. Without a healthy climate, your team won't be able to even begin to apply the game-changing practices that I'll be sharing with you throughout this series. In a healthy climate, your team members feel valued. They know that their ideas and their skills and their efforts are recognized and have an impact on their team members, on their customers, and on the overall organization at the end of the day. In a healthy climate, your team members can be themselves. They can bring their best selves every day. They're able to ask questions, share ideas, and challenge one another and the status quo for the purpose of being as exceptional as they and their team members can be in delivering the best results possible for your team, for your organization, and for your customers at the end of the day. In an unhealthy climate, however, your team members will leave work at the end of the day feeling depleted, feeling stressed, not because of the actual work and workload, but because of the climate that they're working in, because of the interactions that they're having with their team members that are depleting their energy. They are leaving work feeling depleted and less than because of a lack of trust and a lack of respect and a sense of feeling, unvalued and not knowing whether their contributions are even making a difference. And so creating a healthy climate is really the most important role you as a leader and your team members must play on a daily basis. This is an everyday, action-oriented purpose in creating a climate in which you and your team members can thrive every day, even when the going gets tough. Now, in an unhealthy climate, if your team members are operating in an unhealthy climate where there is a lack of trust and respect, unfortunately, your team members, therefore, likely don't have the capacity and wherewithal to take action to affect much needed change to improve trust and respect. And so, therefore, the responsibility really lies with you, their leader, to begin to help improve the climate through your own actions. And one of the best ways that you can begin to build greater trust and respect and ensure your team members feel valued and raise the energy in your team and energize your team members so that they can cross that finish line that you're hoping they will, is by demonstrating that you value them, by demonstrating that their ideas and their efforts do make a difference, no matter how small they are. And so I want to share with you an example of a senior executive that had a significant impact not only on morale but on the bottom line by doing just that, by focusing on people first, on his people first. And so this is a senior executive at a bank and a large banking institution. And his role was really to go into struggling branches that were not profitable, branches that had low customer service, low staff engagement, and low staff satisfaction. And his job was to go into these branches and turn them around quickly so that they become not only just profitable, but the top performing branches in the region. And so this executive could have easily gone into these branches and focused on everything that wasn't working, right? There were likely a number of things that weren't working. And likely, the staff weren't performing up to their potential. But instead of focusing on what wasn't working, his secret to success is focusing on what does work, focusing on the people and all the little things that they were doing right. And he would take time out every day to sincerely acknowledge and recognize For example, a staff member's efforts with a customer who might have been having a bad day at the branch, and that customer service representative went the little extra mile to help that customer. Or he recognized a larger contribution from a team member. But the point is that he made an effort to demonstrate that no matter how small the contribution seemingly is, it impacts the bigger picture. And he would go out of his way to acknowledge that person's contributions, to say thank you, and to let the broader team know the impact the whole team's contributions have at the end of the day on customer service and on the profitability of the branch and on their own personal effectiveness. And so every Monday they set aside time to have a group huddle before the branch opened, where they'd recognize and celebrate each other and celebrate successes no matter how small. And once a month, he put it into his calendar to be sure that he recognized at least one person. And he would send an email to that person recognizing exactly the contribution that they made, how that contribution impacted either the customer or the bank or a fellow team member, and then CC'd his own boss so that his employee knew that the senior powers that be were aware of that person's contribution. Now, the trick to this, though, is that it's not just about checking the box to say that I'm recognizing my team members and I've done it so they should feel valued. The trick to this is sincerely approaching this from the perspective of wanting to ensure your team members know that they're making a difference. And when we focus on that, when we can lift our team members up and demonstrate that we value them, that we trust them, and show them how they're making a contribution, your climate will begin to improve quite quickly. And this was the secret to this banking executive's success. He focused on ensuring his people felt valued. And as a result, their customers felt valued. And they sold more. And their turnover went down. Their sick days went down. And team members began going above and beyond to identify new ways of wowing their customers and wowing one another, because they knew they were valued and could make a difference. So I encourage you, even if your team climate isn't unhealthy, but especially if your team climate is struggling, I encourage you to find your own personal people recognition system and walk away from this video asking yourself, how can I ensure my team members know that they're making a difference? What can I do on a daily basis to demonstrate that I value my team members? Because I promise you, if you just do that one thing, show that you care and that your team members are valued, you will begin to not only have a healthier climate, you will see greater engagement and trust flourishing within your team. And that ultimately will help you and your team achieve much better results with far less struggle. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Take care.